everyone for joining. We'll get started with questions for Coach. Just raise your hand. We'll get to you. Joe, start us off.
Gonzalo, I just wanted to first ask you just your general thoughts on the game today and where you think the team may have fallen short in the attack.
Yeah, well, I think we play a good game in attack. I think the way we play out from the back, at times maybe not as clean as we want, but most of the times we were able to unbalance the opponent, and we did that many times. I think the expected goals are a reflection of what happened today on the field, but we didn't score the goals, and that's what matters. That's why we didn't win. But I'm proud of the effort and the way my players understood the tactics and created a lot of chances and tried to push for a win.
I wanted to ask about Brad. Any information about his injury and what that might mean for your team?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the details of the injury, but it doesn't look good. So that's why I'm sad. It's not about the result. It's not about the performance. About Brad's injury. But I have to wait for whatever comes after the scans and all the tests they're gonna do.
Was it a knee injury?
No, it was Achilles.
Okay.
Gonzalo, you liked what you saw from the attack, but again, no goals, second consecutive game without a goal. How can you fix that? Yeah, I know that's sort of a broad question, and obviously Luis coming back, can he give more than what he showed tonight? Like, what is his status perhaps moving forward?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think it's a matter of probabilities. If we create today, I think 3.37 expected goals versus 0.9, I think most of the times we're going to win, and I believe a lot in that. Consistently, if we continue creating more and better chances, like today, I think most of the times we're going to score goals. Today we miss a PK, we miss many chances almost inside the six, and I think that won't happen very often. I believe in the quality I have in the final third. Obviously, players coming back from injury just give me more options, but I think today, even without Luis, we were very good. The way we create chances for what we call the primacy zones, it was very high. But obviously, players with the quality of Luis are going to impact the score line, and we are waiting for the best on that. I wouldn't judge that much today Luis' performance because the first week that he trains back with the team, so I just want him to be back and obviously see for a couple flash of him. But obviously, as he continues training and playing, he's going to improve. That's natural, and we believe he's going to be great for us.
John, hello. Sorry.
Coach, two questions, two separate topics. Goalless at the break after 45. What adjustments did you make going into the second half that you thought would get you that first goal?
Sorry, I couldn't understand the first part.
Sorry, you were goalless at the break. What adjustments did you make at the half to try to get that first goal on the board? What was the conversation like at halftime?
It wasn't any tactical. I think tactics were okay. I think we were just unbalancing very well the midfield and creating a lot of chances from the flanks, a few from the center. And we just talk about patience and try to have a bit more composure on the ball and better understanding in the final third. I think we created the best chances in the second half, and but again, we didn't score, and that's the story of the day.
Second question, I know how you are about the younger players here with Atlanta United. What did you think today about Caleb Wiley's effort getting the start and putting in the minutes that he did?
Oh, he was great. I think he was great. He impacted the game exactly as I planned, as I designed, and he did everything I asked for. I think he was very good in the final third with his crosses and also provoking the penalty kick out of a very good play. So I think he's someone with a very high future, very bright future, and I'm very proud of what he did today. At the end, obviously, I wanted a bit more fresh legs and trying something different, but he did great.
Regarding chances, you're right, the XG was really high today, and obviously, Cincinnati really did just try to defend and hold on for that tie. Are you happy with the types of chances that are being created? I mean, today we saw some different runs from Thiago coming into making that diagonal in the middle. That was good, but a lot of hopeful crosses. Are you still happy with what the players are thinking once they're in the final third?
Yes, can be better, obviously, right? But I think today, at least, I would say like almost 4 clear chances, like almost inside the sixth. So I'm happy with that, but obviously it's something that we need to continue the progress, because many times you saw Brooks Lennon crossing from the right side, especially in the first half, and all of the crosses didn't connect with someone. The same with Caleb Wiley or even Andrew at some point, and I need that to be a connection. I need that they to find someone. Either it's a cutback, either it's a cross in the far post, it's a cross in the near post, it's just in the zone, but we need to connect those crosses, right? So a lot of that is quality, is composure on the ball, is vision, is how much time they have to really look who's available, is how many numbers you have inside, is how they run for others just to create gaps. So there are a lot of things, and one thing we haven't had is a lot of time to work with all the different parts. Like Cisnero just arrived a few weeks ago, and now Thiago is completely integrated. Now Luis is back. Now a few pieces that I was missing, and now we're trying to put everything together. But to be honestly, if Brad's injury didn't happen, I would have been very, very happy about the performance of the team. Very. I think my mood would be completely different, because I believe that today we played one of the best games so far in the season, and we couldn't finish. But I'm happy with the performance overall.
So to your point, is this more about missed opportunities rather than what the opponent did? It felt like Charlotte did a good job tactically. This was a much different game. Was this basically just about missed opportunities then?
I think so. I think Charlotte did a great game. In my opinion, they did what they are better at counter. They are one of the best teams, probably third in the league at creating chances out of counter attacks. And they had a few also. So I think they plan also good tactics for their style, and they put also a big threat with those two number 9s, and then the balls Ominid with Acosta, and then they filter passes in behind. So they are a good team as well. I felt that today we create more and better chances with the style that we like to play.
Anything else in English? John, finish something else.
I just want to ask you one more time about Caleb Wiley. What exactly do you have in him? And I'm kind of curious as to how much he's grown on you over the course of the season, and how important he can be for this team. Because when we came into the season, we were thinking of him as a depth piece, maybe a bit part player who might have some opportunities, but it seems like he's making a huge impact in these games.
Yes, he's making a huge impact. I before the season started, I didn't doubt about his quality. I knew him since last year. If you remember, I brought him here to train consistently in the first team since last year. So it's not a surprise. What surprised me is the position, because he's more of a left back. But obviously, I think Andrew Gutman has been doing a fantastic job, an outstanding job as a left back. And so in order to give him minutes now out of some injuries and positions that I can exchange, I put Caleb Wiley as a winger, similar to his debut where he played as a winger and he impacted the goal. So today he did the same, and I felt it was very good. I think he's a player with a lot of creativity in the final third, with good final product, good crossing, good dribbling, and he's very good at attack, the spacing behind at pace, which is not easy to find. Left-footed wingers is not easy to find. Left backs, talented left backs, attacking left backs is not easy to find, not just in this league but in the world. So I think he has a high ceiling, but obviously he has to continue the progression. He has to continue with the learning. I think he has a great teacher on Andrew Gutman. I think he can, if he can learn a little bit of the toughness and the way he marks and the way he gets into the skin sometimes of the opponents, and his physicality, I think he's going to be a tremendous player.
Switch to Spanish, do you want to go ahead?
Coach, buenas. Un empate con sabor a derrota, considerando que se falló un penal y también la cantidad de oportunidades que se generó, que se llegó, pero en esa puntada final está haciendo falta algo. ¿Qué es lo que tiene que hacer el coach? ¿Qué es lo que tiene que hacer el cuerpo técnico para mejorar esa situación? Porque el fútbol ahí está.
Sí, yo creo que eso es un proceso natural y esto pasa en el fútbol, lo hemos visto en muchísimos partidos en esta liga, en otras ligas en Europa, de cómo un equipo domina, un equipo genera ocasiones y a veces no la metes, ¿no? Pasa. Y incluso a veces hasta concedes algún gol en una transición y se complica el partido. Lo hemos visto muchísimas veces, entonces no es algo que me espante. ¿Qué es lo que tengo que hacer? Primero que nada, asegurarme de que el equipo siga generando este tipo de llegadas en volumen. Es decir, que generemos siempre arriba de 2, arriba de 3 expected goals, que es una estadística que a mí me gusta mucho, y que eso nos permita tener un volumen muy alto de oportunidades para poder anotar. Después, evidentemente, tengo que trabajar en la finalización, evidentemente tendremos que poner algún énfasis especial, pero sin dejar de lado que lo que nos lleva a la finalización es la construcción, que no podemos pensar tanto en la finalización si la construcción no es limpia, si la construcción no es adecuada, si no desbalanceamos, si no generamos superioridades. Tenemos que asegurarnos que eso se mantenga, pero obviamente darle un par de sesiones al último tercio.
Caleb, o Caleb, como me quieras llamar, hoy lo vi encarando, provocó el penalti. ¿Es algo que tú le pediste o es algo que le salió natural? Y en base a eso, ¿tendría más oportunidades en los próximos partidos? Pensando que se necesita un jugador que encare, que proponga, que entre con balón dominado, como lo hizo Caleb el día de hoy.
Sí, bueno, no creo que sea algo que yo le enseñe o que él aprenda, ¿no? Es algo que él tiene en su fútbol y que por eso lo pongo, porque sé lo que me puede dar en ese último tercio con su velocidad. Y sí, evidentemente, así es como los jóvenes se ganan las oportunidades, ¿no? Cuando uno los pone en la cancha, tienen que producir. Lo he puesto algunas veces. La primera, él anotó un gol. Por ahí la segunda en Colorado no fue un partido muy fácil. La vez pasada, el partido pasado, hace 8 días, en Charlotte, genera una ocasión espectacular, que casi mete gol al último del partido. Y hoy me genera un penal, y además de muchas ocasiones de peligro en el área rival, además de que tiene una gran ética de trabajo, sabe cuándo defender, sabe defender muy bien, también es físico. Entonces, obviamente, así es como se ganan las oportunidades y evidentemente está en mi lista de los jugadores que pueden jugar en cualquier momento.
Anything else?
¿Qué se sabe de Brad Gutman? Perdón, I'm sorry, Chris.
Sí, lo dije, tiene una lesión, no se ve muy bien, pero vamos a esperar a lo que digan los doctores.
Felipe, that's one in.
El partido de Marcelino Moreno, un primer tiempo me pareció muy bueno. Cayó un poquito en el segundo tiempo, pero quiero saber si ya usted está más claro en el papel que él puede tener consistentemente en el equipo.
Sí, bueno, primero que nada quiero decir que Marcelino tuvo un tremendo partido. En mi forma de ver, él, Thiago, Brooks, en los momentos que estaba como extremo, Caleb Wiley, incluso Ronaldo, tuvieron un extraordinario partido en mi punto de vista. Estamos hablando del ataque, ¿no? Santi y Yamar hicieron un grandísimo trabajo para mí, para romper esas líneas de presión y buscar esos espacios que queremos con Thiago y Marcelino. Pero en específico la pregunta es acerca de Marcelino. Me parece que hizo un grandísimo trabajo. Es un jugador que es muy desequilibrante, que creo que está entendiendo lo que le estamos pidiendo como coaching staff, la movilidad que tiene que tener y también las zonas del campo donde hay que driblar, las zonas donde hay que pasar, las zonas donde hay que hacer una pared explosiva, pero es un jugador que también no lo puedes limitar tanto porque es un jugador sumamente creativo, igual que Thiago. Entonces, con ciertas guías, con ciertos parámetros de cómo operar su creatividad, uno siempre tiene que tratar de buscar en esas conexiones que puedan lucir más. Pero hoy le toca fallar un penal, pero el otro día nos salvó contra DC, anotó un gol en el último minuto. Es un jugador especial para nosotros y le tengo toda la confianza a Marcelino y estoy seguro que el próximo penal que tire lo va a meter y tiene toda la confianza mía, pero obviamente mentalmente le pesa en estas situaciones, pero tiene un equipo que lo respalda, que confía en él y yo como entrenador confío tremendamente en la capacidad que tiene Marcelino Moreno.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah. Thank you.
Gracias, coach.
Andrew, here you go. Felipe Cardenas with The Athletic. I can't imagine you guys are happy with the 0-0 draw after a 1-0 loss to Charlotte last week. A lot of effort tonight, but the result didn't go your way. What are your thoughts just on the overall performance?
Yeah, I thought it was a dominating performance. We were keeping the pressure on all game. They didn't really have too many chances. We had a lot of chances. Just that final touch, final ball just wasn't there tonight. But it's a long season and it's encouraging signs to see how well we were able to move the team around and find the pockets of space and create chances. And we just got to be a little bit sharper and create, that final pass to score the goal.
Was there an emphasis tonight or actually throughout training this week to just play faster? It looked like the first half the ball was moving a lot faster. Second half, since he was really, in that low block. But first half, probably a better first half that you guys have had all season. Was that an emphasis?
Yeah, of course. I think, when we move the ball fast and find, Thiago, Marcelino, when Luis came in, those special players in those pockets in between the back line and the midfield, it can really cause chaos for them. We tried to exploit those, and in the first half you saw that we did that successfully, and we were creating a lot of chances.
And finally, you look like you had the winner there late. Can you just describe the play and what happened there?
Luis played a great ball in, and I just kind of shit the bed. For me, it's really hard for me to take. I thought that I could score the goal and we could win 1-0, and for me, I almost feel like the results, on my shoulders. So I just have to keep my head down, keep working, and next opportunity, score the goal.
Andrew, it looked like Brad Guzman went down with a pretty serious injury. If he's out for a significant period of time, what does that mean for this team? How big of a loss is that?
Yeah, it's huge, right? Brad's our captain, our leader, our heartbeat. It didn't look good on the field. Obviously, we don't know with the scan and everything, but it's a huge loss for us. Such a fantastic player, fantastic guy, and we just got to support him throughout this whole process. He's had such a great career, and it can't end like this. And we just got to keep pushing him through and come back even stronger.
Caleb Wiley got the start in front of you today on the left wing. What have you seen of him just over the course of this season, even just in the way he's grown as a player and as a professional?
The kid's 17 years old and, tearing up defenses in MLS. It's crazy to see. When I first came into Atlanta, there was a lot of hype around him, but obviously I didn't know who he was. And all throughout training, you can just see that this kid's special. He's got something different than a lot of people don't have, and tonight he played with a lot of confidence, and I thought he did terrific. He created the handball in the box for the penalty, and he was just causing chaos down that side the whole 60, 70 minutes he played.
John, go ahead.
Follow up on Joe's question about Caleb Wiley. It seemed that the relationship between the two of you on the pitch has even been there as far back as the Celaya match back in Mexico, where the relationship seemed to be fairly as one. What's it been like to be in a relationship like that, where the two of you almost seem to be of one mind at times?
Yeah, I think Caleb's a natural left back, so he was playing a little bit higher up the field, and we kind of have the same tendencies on what we want to do, and we're almost interchangeable at times, right? If I get pushed up higher, then he can kind of just drop in and cover me a little bit. I think he did really well. He didn't try to do too much. He played simple, and then when he got into those great areas, he was able to take people on and create chances for us.
Anything else for Andrew you care about?
Even with this, was it being the result that you expected? What was just your positive?
Of the game?
Yes.
I thought we controlled most of the game. We were moving the ball great. We were finding those dangerous areas in between lines. Making diagonal runs into the box, and I thought throughout the whole game we were under control with it. Cincinnati, like I said previously, didn't really have too many chances, and I thought we were really clean on the ball. We were moving it quickly and finding our big time players in positions that we want them to be in.
Play for last one.
Andrew, other than speed of play, which we saw a lot in the first half, and then Gonzalo told us that breaking the first line of pressure is a big emphasis during practice this week. What else do you believe you guys improved on tonight versus last week against Charlotte?
Yeah, I think our spacing was a lot better in terms of, guys kind of understood if one person was in a certain area, I got to be in an area to help them. I think picking and choosing when to take players on and when to kind of just pass the ball to beat players and put another player in a better position. Overall, I thought it was a very good game from us, and just that last ball just wasn't there tonight.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, guys.
What has he meant to you as you've kind of grown up playing with him in MLS?
It's definitely devastating. He means so much to this team. He's a true leader. His energy is, contagious. Obviously, he's a veteran. He's played, in Europe, all that. Nothing but praise for him. So it's definitely tough for us. Especially me. He's been, a leader in my career so far. So it's definitely tough to, take in, but it's something you gotta, process with time.
I know it's a bit of a cliche question in sports, but you know, you took the armband after he came off. Does this put you in a position of leadership that you know you weren't expecting, or that you're ready to assume? I mean, we know you're a leader on this team, but it's a lot different when Brad Guzman is not on the pitch.
For sure. I mean, like I said, he's big leader for us. So yeah, I definitely have to take more of a leadership role, but that's with everyone on the team. We all have to take a bigger leadership role now that he's not going to be with us. But obviously, best wishes for him, and hopefully we're wishing him the best. So yeah, we're just taking it one step at a time so far, but it's definitely a tough one.
And then I asked Andrew the same question. Just I can't imagine that you guys are happy with the 0-0 draw at home, coming off a loss. What are just your overall impressions of the performance, and what do you think the team really needs to improve on to get these wins at home?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's definitely chances to win the game, but sometimes it's just not your night, and that's what happens. It's just soccer. You just have to continue to move forward and shake it off, because there's definitely opportunities for us to win. We just couldn't connect on that, like Andrew said, final touch, final pass. But there's definitely some good things in the game as a whole. But yeah, I think for me personally, just the injury to Brad definitely hurts for sure.
Well, speaking of the good things, Caleb Wiley came in, made his first career start in MLS, and looked really good. How have you seen him grow as a player and as a professional since you've been playing with him? I guess going back to the end of last year, games of training.
Yeah, I mean, I used to see him back when he was playing, for the academy. He'd just be around the training ground. Everyone was always kind of hyping him up then. But yeah, he played great today. He's a great player, great young player. He has got a great head on his shoulders. So yeah, I've got nothing but praise for him for sure.
By the end of the game, you guys had kind of all the big guns out there, including Emerson Hyndman, obviously coming back from that injury. Does that kind of wet the beak a little bit for how exciting this team can be when it has all of those pieces back for fully fit?
For sure. I mean, when there's no injuries on our team, we're a very scary roster. But we just gotta, hopefully stay fit, recover, get the guys who aren't fit, back. And when we're fully fit, we're definitely a scary team to face.
Miles, more on Brad, just other than being a leader and just sort of a champion here at this club, how does he guide you on the field? I mean, goalkeepers are like the eyes behind the back of your head a lot of times. They're telling you where to move, what's happening. What will you miss from that? What does Bobby do perhaps differently than Brad in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're just used to having Brad back there. He's always been back there. Every game, pretty much, I played for Atlanta United. So you just get used to him. You understand, what he wants, and he demands, the very most at all times, which is essential for a keeper. But yeah, obviously Bobby is also a veteran. He knows the league very well. He's a great goalkeeper. So yeah, we're just gonna have to continue to get that collusion, that gel with him and our back four.
And then just finally, just on the injuries, it's so unfortunate. It feels like it's weekly now. How does the team just battle through that mentally, stay brave? There were some brave plays tonight that made the difference. How do you guys keep that mentality moving forward?
Yeah, no, I think Gonzo, he does a good job keeping all the guys in the right mindset. We're definitely a family. That's why injuries like this hurt more than normal. But that sort of brotherhood definitely keeps us going and keeps us fighting.
Anything else from Miles?